Hello, and welcome back to Doug Talks. Today, I'm already laughing because I feel like I'm going to screw up his last name. It's Aidan Jack Finnecy.
Finnecy, yep.
Finnecy, yeah. And we're here to talk. It's a special feature. He's the first to reach out and want to be featured. I'll take anybody and everybody, but he was the first, so that's already taken.
I'm very proud.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Usually I start with this one, which is who am I, which is to you.
As in, who am I?
Yeah.
As in, like obviously it's not just Aidan Jack Finnecy. Like, who do I, what's my purpose, you think? Or,
I mean, I say this every time. People have answered their names. They just study over their, I'm Mike Barbosa, I'm Mike Barbosa, I'm Mike Barbosa, over and over and over. Or they get real deep with it. Usually I like seeing what people say as far as how deep they get with it,
Well, I mean, yes, yeah, that's great. And, there is, of course, the literal answer, Aidan Jack Finnecy. But I'd say, who am I? If I was going to categorize myself for trying to get deep, I'd say I'm a storyteller, basically, because that's my main thing with music, just telling stories with musical background,
Okay.
So I'd say I'm a storyteller.
A storyteller. That's cool. Do you write anything like besides music? You write poetry and stuff like that.
I do. I journal every day, so I have I have a shit ton of notebooks that I just write in every day, and then I have a friend of mine who produces all my stuff. My friend AC Boris, and he and I like to write scripts together. So we write a lot of movies, some TV show episodes. So we really just like to tell stories, no matter what sort of artistic form it's in.
Yeah. What is a typical story?
Well, that's the best part, we live in such a big, crazy world that, you can make stories about literally anything. Sometimes when I'm journaling, sometimes I'll just write down, exactly, what I've been doing that day, and I'll just make it rhyme. Or sometimes I'll just think, I want to write about, this, something that's not related to me at all, something that I've just maybe heard about and something that I'm interested in.
Yeah. It was weird. I was driving my car the other day, and I got inspiration from, a funeral procession.
Cars?
Cars, yeah. Because, it's such a weird thing to see, it's it's just a pile of cars with, the lights blinking and everything, and you know what it is, but I feel like it's a weird, ritual that just gave me some inspiration, and I find it interesting on top of that because it's the end of someone's life.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect to find new artistic ability out of that, it's a complete stranger too.
Another interesting thing about funeral processions is that usually when you see someone walking down the street, you can't automatically tell how they're feeling or what they're going through.
Yeah.
Anybody in a funeral procession is obviously going through a similar, just this bleak time period.
Yeah.
You can just see that. So it's interesting.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we nailed the first one. Yeah. So I'm gonna switch it up. This will also be a brand new question on air. Is there a God?
Wow. It's an interesting question. I wasn't raised super religiously. My dad was raised Roman Catholic, and my mom was also. My grandpa on my mom's side was a priest, so she was just raised around religion. But they raised us Episcopalian Christian, which is, I guess, for lack of a better, it's just a chill version of Catholicism.
Okay.
We've had gay priests, we have female priests, stuff that you can't have in Catholic churches.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been raised in, but there's been a few periods of my life where I've gone to church every week, because my parents have made us, but needless to say, I'm not a very religious person.
Yeah.
And I'm not against religion by any means. If people want to practice whatever faith they want to do to enrich their lives, that's good for them.
Yeah,
I'm glad they found it. My only take on religion is when it starts to take away rights from other people. That's where I start to put my foot down. But whether there's a God or not, I usually just say I'm agnostic, which just means I'm not an atheist, because if you're an atheist, you believe there's no God. You firmly believe there's no God.
Yeah.
And if you're religious, you firmly believe there is a God. I really don't know, And it's not that I don't care, it's more just that at this point in my life, I'm not too sure, and maybe I'll have a different view as an adult, But right now, there could be a God. There could be somebody, like, I like to think about, like, somebody just kind of, like, weaving everybody's path and just, like, guiding everybody along.
Way, yeah.
It's a nice way to think about
connection.
But yeah, so I'm not sure. That's I don't have a better answer.
Yeah, no, I feel like you answered a lot. It to me, it's the same. It was I was agnostic when I was younger, and as I grew older, there were certain things that have happened to me in life that I feel like can only be explained with a higher presence, and I don't know if that's just a singular god or like multiple gods. Like
Sure.
I got Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
We're in my basement right now.
Yes, so you got quite a CPU collection.
Yeah. And there's that was based. They have multiple gods, hunting gods and ocean gods and all that